up our guest. He is a very talented guy. He's, let's see, there's a long list. Comedian, actor, artist, musician, writer, humorist, recreational beekeeper, amateur alchemist, kickball champion, and a Gemini. He is best known for his work as a stand-up comedian, for being a contributor on The Daily Show, and for his show on Comedy Central. And his latest book is Point Your Face at This, Drawings. Please give it up for Demetri Martin.
Thank you. Thanks so much for that introduction. Thank you. I didn't realize I did all that stuff, but I'm glad to hear it. Thank you, everybody, for coming to see me here today at the book festival. It's nice to see everybody. I'm glad, as per my specifications, they kept a very safe distance from the very aggressive book goers. I'd like to have a running start if you guys rush the stage. You, sir, you're behind that string, so yeah, I'm safe. That's good. And there's security, so thank you, sir. She's making a run for it. Somebody get her. How's the grass? How are you guys doing over there? Great. You guys aren't as, yeah, that's cool. There's more of them over there. I'm not going to make it a competition. It's a book thing. Well, thank you so much for coming to hear me talk. I just finished this book tour. This is my last stop, so I don't really care today. I'm just going to walk off. It doesn't matter anymore. It's over. I'm just kidding. I'm happy to be here. And I'll talk a little bit about my book here. I could read from it, but it's just a book of drawings, so I think it would be more awkward than this already is. This is the funniest setup that we're so far away from each other. I just feel like I'm shouting over there to, like, I should just maybe drag this stage. I don't know how heavy this is. Nah, that's going to be awkward. So, yeah, this is just a bunch of line drawings that I did, and I was excited that the publisher agreed to put them into a book, because in my first book that I did a couple of years ago, I put some drawings in there, but that had a lot more words in it. The real purpose of that book was to showcase more word stuff. Oh, falls come very late to USC. So this time I thought, hey, I have these drawings in my notebooks. Why don't I see if I can just put enough of my favorite ones into a book? And I convinced the publisher, and eventually they said, yes, you can do that. So I'll show you where they come from. So I have these notebooks that I have Kinko's make for me. You know, when you go and they can bind stuff for you. I just buy like a big ream of paper, and then I just divvy it up into smaller piles, and then I buy 2 backs, and then I have them bind it for me. Then I get to have like single subject notebooks that don't have lines in them, which is what I like. And then each day, you're really not going to be able to see this since we're so far away, but I just write jokes in there and do little drawings each day. And I just try to make as much of them as I can each day. And then I figure over time I'll have enough of them so that if I get a chance to do a book or try to write a short story or write a screenplay or something, I start by looking through my notebooks. And I might have maybe 60 or 70 different kinds of notebooks, but maybe about 25 of that kind. Most of the stuff in the notebooks is crap, so it's not really that useful. But if I look through patiently, I find a couple things that are useful, and then those end up being the book. Sorry, it wasn't interesting. See you. I'm just kidding. Come on, it's funny. It's a weird thing to be outside and people are eating and rolling in the grass, and walking by. There's a cop on a bike over there. It's pretty cool. Hey, how are you? Where are you guys from? I can't hear you, but okay, cool. So, anyway, I had these drawings, so I thought, hey, this will be quick. I already did the drawings, I'll just redo my favorite ones, and then that'll be a book. And they said, great, so we'll look forward to you handing the book in soon. I said, yes. And then I went through the drawings, and as you might expect, I procrastinated and kept just deciding not to do this one or that one. I threw most of them away. And sure enough, it ended up being really difficult, and I waited to the last minute. And it was pretty hard to make my little book of drawings because I did most of all of them new for the book. But I think I'm happier with the book because of that. What else can I tell you? I got a really fancy pen to do the drawings. if anybody has the book, does anybody have it here? Okay, yeah, if you look on the cover, there's a drawing, there's like different pens on the cover. One of them has like a metal tip, you know, there's a brown pen. That's a nib. I didn't know that word before, but it's, you know, the metal tip on certain pens, you dip it in ink. It's really fancy, old style. I thought, hey, my drawings usually are just made with like a paper mate from Staples or something. I'm gonna do a book. Why don't I get a really nice pen? I'll get the fancy ink. So I bought like 40 different little nibs, and I bought all this different India ink and different kinds of paper, and I just would try this pen with that ink and just do a line and I'd be like, oh, no, too thick, this isn't right for the book. That was probably 2 or 3 weeks. I spent, I don't know, $500-600 just on art supplies. I was just procrastinating. It was just another way to not do the work. And eventually I got the right nib. And if you look closely at the book, it looks exactly like a crappy Papermate marker did the drawing. So it doesn't really look any different after all that. It was just a very expensive way to waste some time and money. I think that's about it. The book, I'm happy that it exists and that it's an actual object, because you can flip back and forth. Thank you. Yeah, it's a very peripheral fan. I wonder what's going on in that booth. That was a pretty strong reaction to a book. Jesus. But it's nice that it's an actual physical object, because you can flip back and forth easily, and you can put it on something to hold that thing down, like paper or something. You can burn it if you're cold. You know, there's a lot you could do with it. So I'd rather just have you guys direct the conversation, since I feel so close to you. Why don't we just take some questions and see where the conversation goes? I think there's a microphone out there. Great, so that works. Yes.
Hi.
How are you?
I got to ask you a question last time, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I told
For
you.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for coming back.
I saw you were great at Largo, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This is not a plant. We don't know each other. This is but I appreciate this. Maybe we know each other. What's your name?
Lisbeth.
Oh, hey, yeah. You said it with a question mark, which was cool. Lisbeth? It's like, she's got a question mark at the end of her name. My parents were so unsure about that name.
They didn't name me.
Oh, really?
My dad's friend named us. Me and my twin sister.
Really? Are you close with them?
Yeah.
Was everybody sober at the
Yes.
at the naming ceremony? Wow, that's cool. I haven't heard that before.
So, what kind of music do you like, and who are your favorite artists?
Nice. Musical artists. You mean, when you say my favorite artists, do you mean musical artists? Yeah. My favorite music, well, lately I've been listening to a lot of bebop, jazz, kind of mid-century stuff. I never really listened to jazz before, but I've been on the road a lot, and it's kind of nice just having music without words. So I've been listening to a lot of jazz on my iPod. I like the Beatles a lot, and like indie rock, you know, stuff like that. So my favorite artists would be the Beatles, Dizzy Gillespie, and that's it so far. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks. Thanks for coming back.
Question to your right.
Well, not exactly your right.
Hey.
Right in front of you.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you're to my right. What's up?
Have you had any strange encounters with fans that are a little too admiring of your work?
Can we have him removed, please? I can't believe you're here. This is crazy. How did you find me? You son. No, not really. I think maybe because I don't really have a very aggressive presentation, and my content is pretty soft, so that sounded like a terrible euphemism, but you guys know what I mean. What I'm trying to say is I don't put out a really aggressive vibe, so I don't really get that back from anybody. So I don't think I've had anything too weird. I'm trying to think. I just did this tour and I got heckled in a few cities, but it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. So yeah, it's a boring answer, but I can't think of anything. Anybody else?
Hello.
To my front?
We have a question for you.
Sure.
So,
trying to figure out where the hell you are. Where are you? Oh, there you go. Thanks.
Hello.
Hi.
Ian Smiley here.
Hey.
So I was just wondering, who's your biggest comedic inspiration?
Jesus Christ?
Yes.
It's a very Christian book. I don't know if you guys knew that. No. I don't know a lot about Jesus' comedy, so I can't really speak to that.
All right.
I think my first, when I was little, was Bill Cosby. My father really liked Bill Cosby, so Bill Cosby himself was the first probably long piece of stand-up that I got to see. Eddie Murphy Delirious was a really big cassette that went around when I was a kid. It was really funny. And then Stephen Wright probably was the first for me that was my own, that I kind of discovered and still really enjoy, although I still enjoy Bill Cosby and Eddie Murphy too. Later, Albert Brooks, Steve Martin, Woody Allen stand-up, Andy Kaufman, some of those people.
Great.
Kind of, yeah. Thanks, Ian.
I like them too.
Hi.
Hey.
You're awesome.
Thank you. Oh, you were with Ian? Yeah, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Is there a newer comedian whose work you've been enjoying recently?
God, you're gonna replace me already? Can't I just have my full run? I'm just kidding. Is there a newer comedian whose work I enjoy? Yeah, there's some newer comics who I like. Hannibal Buress. I don't know if he's considered that new anymore. Hannibal's kind of coming up now. I like Hannibal a lot. Levi McDougall. I just did a tour with my friend Levi, who I find really funny. He's a Canadian comic. And I'm sure there's some others. Those are two that come to mind. Yes. Right here. I could call on anybody, but yeah, I don't know.
Hi. Do you have idea in how many countries your TV shows are transmitted?
23.
Yeah?
I'm kidding, I have no idea.
No? Because I am from Venezuela.
Hey!
And Important Things is really popular there.
You kidding?
Like, it's like transmitted at least 4 times a day.
What the hell? I should go down there.
And
what happened? Why is that?
Yeah, I really like it.
Oh, thanks.
And I use it a lot before I came here to the US to practice my English, to listen to you every single day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm honored / horrified, which is a feeling I rarely have.
Another question.
Yes.
Did you draw the book with 2 hands?
No, I did some of the rough drawings I did with 2 hands just because I get bored and a little stir crazy, so I'll waste some time doing that. But are you in school? Did you come to work? What are you doing here? Yeah, I want to get a follow-up.
No, I just moved here a couple months ago.
Oh,
to
congrats.
start my life here.
That's great, man. Welcome.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
That's cool that you came to California. I think you made a good choice. I'm surprised that the show has made it there, because it wasn't even really on in America. They're like, just transport this thing to somewhere else. I don't know. Give it to Venezuela.
We're over here.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I'm not exactly sure how to phrase "you're profoundly hilarious" as a question, but I do have some actual questions.
Sure. This is the nicest crowd I've ever had. I don't know if this is a practical joke on me or something, but I like it, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks. We're all laughing on the inside.
Yeah.
So, if you felt compelled, would you be willing to tackle some harder, less soft material?
Yes. You mean like, you're saying acting, roles and stuff like that?
Yeah, or comedy. Nothing, no innuendo here.
No, absolutely. You know, I feel lucky that I've had the acting work that I have had, which isn't much, but I've gotten a couple parts in people's things. My career is mostly stand-up. I try to, write as much as I can and give myself, or make opportunities for myself via writing. But I audition and sometimes I get parts or they offer them to me. I had an interesting lesson that I learned when I saw the movie Contagion. I did a small part in the movie Contagion, directed by Steven Soderbergh, and has some accomplished actors in the film. I got to go to a screening of it, and afterwards the director was there, and I went up to him and I said, "Hey, thank you for number one, for not cutting me out of the movie. That was really cool of you. I could have easily been cut out. I'm in it for about a minute and a half, maybe. If you pause it, I can be in it for as long as you want, but I'm really just, it's a brief minute and a half that I make an appearance." But I thought I was doing some serious acting in that movie, and I saw the film, and, Matt Damon's there, and Jude Law, Lawrence Fishburne, Gwyneth Paltrow, there are all these different actors and actresses, and they're emoting. When Matt Damon is feeling grief, I felt it too. I'm watching the guy, and I'm thinking, God, I'm in, And then all of a sudden, I show up on the screen, and I was like, oh, God. Damn it. I thought I was there too, but I thanked him after. The second thing I said was, one, thank you for not cutting me, and number two, you know, I was right to pursue comedy because I thought I was doing something serious there, and I just looked like a total goof, just like some dork they just spliced into the movie, you know? And that's fine, I'm not self-deprecating, it's just like, all right, I picked the right thing. If I could do serious stuff, I would. I don't know if it's going to happen. I think it's just the shape of my head is not going to allow that.